Hey, everybody. It is your girl, Avis Cherie. I hope you're having a wonderful and beautiful week so far. I'm coming to you today for a Food for Your Soul vlog regarding power and oppression. I've been talking and having some situations occur around me in the last 1 to 2 days. And sometimes the oppressive spirit creeps in where it gives way to doubt, to deter you, to deflect on the real issue, to create anxiety in you. Or oppression can come also by way of someone misusing and or abusing their power, holding things on you, putting their foot on your neck, as some people say, cruel and unusual punishment. That's what an oppressive spirit comes to do. And you find yourself drained mentally, physically. You can't think. And every time that spirit comes around or you're dealing in an atmosphere like that, oftentimes we see it at work. Sometimes you see it in your home, in relationships. You have to know when that spirit arises, not to dumb down yourself or water down yourself, but because it's opposing you because of what it sees illuminating in you. The oppressive spirit wants to irritate and agitate your power. It wants to strip you of it, make you doubt yourself, make you go off course. It wants to suppress your spirit. It wants to suppress your gifts. It wants to suppress your talents. It wants to suppress and oppress your family. It wants to bind things up and keep them away from you. That's why the scripture reads that put on the full armor of God so you can know how to stand up against these principalities and these spirits. You have to put on the full armor of God all the time. You have to be prepared, and then you just stand. You just be still, because these spirits are coming and they're not so nice. These spirits are coming to tear down, break down. They're coming to be cruel. They're coming to tell you won't elevate. They're coming to tell you everything opposite of what you are. And when you feel that something is coming around you, or the mere presence of someone, or if you go to a particular place and you entering into that environment causes you to feel like you're suffocating, like you can't rise in the midst of that social climate, then you're in the wrong environment. You need to switch who you around and where you're going, because it's not where you're supposed to be. Nothing is supposed to oppress you. Nothing is supposed to strip you of your power and make you feel powerless, to make you feel like you're not good enough, to make you feel like you're not the chosen one, make you feel like, oh, not yet. And matter of fact, it won't ever be you. You're never supposed to feel inferior like that. You're never supposed to be intimidated. And more importantly, this spirit is cruel. It will strip you. It won't compliment you. It won't support you. It won't acknowledge you. It won't act like you're doing anything grand, because it's an oppressive spirit. It resides heavily in people. And you find yourself leaving these situations burdened. You be like, why do I feel so heavy? Those bricks of burden is meant to stagnate you and oppress you. Oppression, oppress you. No release, oppress, push down. It's not coming to build you up. It's ways to identify certain spirits. And when you can't identify it, God will show you if you ask him, if you lean in, if you pray about it, if you use discernment, if you're still. And you have to know who you are. You have to put your armor on. You have to do it daily. You have to be still and listen. Be still and see what it really is. And every time you make one move and that thing makes another move, and then that move come to intercept, and you know your moves are pure with good intentions, but then this impurity has to come up and tell you what you can't do, put their foot on your neck and tell you that you'll never succeed, you'll never propel, you'll never go anywhere unless I let you go somewhere, unless I tell you to go somewhere, unless I allow myself to open the door for you. Then that's an oppressive spirit. Quit sitting at the table with people that's telling you, when I let you up, then you go. It's going to be me that opened the door for you. I did that. And now you can go to the next. No. That's an oppressive spirit. That situation is meant to keep you in bondage, to make you strip you of your power, to make you feel powerless, to make you feel like you can't make a decision on your own, to make you anxiety ridden and twist it all up, to make you forfeit your right and exert who you are. And that's an easy telltale sign of what oppression is in our relationships, where you can't rise because the other person's not going to feel good, and they're going to target you, and they're going to talk bad to you, and they're going to talk down to you because you are living in your truth. You are living in their favor. You're receiving God's blessings. As you start to do that, your power becomes more powerful, and you start to become fully who you are, and God is developing you and cultivating you into this beautiful thing. And somebody comes along and tell you, you think you good, or you can't do that. I see all of what you're saying, but they still cast in doubt. You have to learn how to denounce it and rebuke it when it comes. Because it's bold enough to tell you what you can't do. You have to know what you can do and what you're capable of doing. It'll make you feel that you're subpar, below average. And that's not good, people. Know who you are. Get into your word. Get God in your heart. Receive him with your whole heart. Put on the full armor of God. Talk to people that speak life into you. And if you don't have anybody around, speak life into yourself over every situation, even when we all go through them days where it's just too hard to be super positive. Don't oppress yourself. Sometimes we don't even try. We quit before we try. Be like, you know what? I can't even do that. Why? Who told you that? Did you try? Me, myself, I don't know no quitters. I wasn't raised with no quitters. I don't have no quitters in my family. I don't know what that looks like. I don't have no quitters in my camp. I don't know what that looks like. So it got to come in and try to oppose me, maybe through my children, maybe through some friends. No, we're going to speak against that thing. You say what you can't do, and I ask you, have you tried? And you have not. You've allowed yourself to be oppressed in something that you don't even know that you are already more than capable, that is already yours. Who you asking for these things? Don't you know when you ask God and pray and believe by faith, and he say yes, that you ain't got to know. You ain't got to be qualified. You don't have to know how it's going to work and how God is going to configure things. You're just supposed to walk into it. Now I'm speaking to myself, because a lot of times I don't. I worry, I panic, I try to map it all out. And a lot of times I do. It's just certain times I fall off depending on how close it is to my heart. I get distracted trying to be Avis when God needs me to be less of me and more of him. I'm just being real with you. So don't you oppress yourself. And once you know what you can do, you will stand firm against what somebody tells you you can't do. Not trying to prove them wrong. You just ain't giving nobody your power like that. And you tell that oppressed spirit to leave from you. Okay? You tell that oppressive spirit, you can't have my joy. You can't have my increase. You can't have my breakthrough. You can't have my family, the whole nine. I love that song. All right? Until next time, God's strength to you. God's strength to you and God's power to you. I was just saying in Jesus' name. Amen. Ava Cherie. Bye.